Basically, 2 years ago, Ubisoft gave us the Settlers New Allies, the latest installment in the amazing Settlers series. The original creator of that series was long gone by then, and you can see for yourself the reception. 47 positive, only 1000 reviews. This definitely was a big flop. There was a lot of reason for it. Don't hesitate to check on my channel in the video description below if you want to see, why I made a review of it. I even played the campaign, as hard as that was for me to go through it. We did that. But as I said, the original creator of the Settlers was long gone by then. Instead, he had created a new studio, an indie studio for Pioneers of Pagonia. And now tomorrow, Pioneers of Pagonia is releasing in version 1. It's moving from early access to version 1, and there is a lot coming here. I've been very lucky to get an early access to this. I've been playing it for the last few weeks, honestly, really having a blast. Now, if you want to see if you should buy this game, I've already posted actually a review. Don't hesitate to check again in the video description below if you want to see my review of Pioneers of Pagonia version 1. Spoiler alert, yes, I think it is worth it. First of all, you can see the current reviews. The current reviews at the time I'm recording these videos are already at 86% positive. And again, this was the early access. Version 1 is bringing so much more. And in particular, it's bringing a deep campaign. More than 30 hours of gameplay, but that's not all. You have, of course, sandbox, you have much more. Today, we're gonna start this campaign. I want to show you firsthand how this campaign plays, how it feels. You're gonna see the good, the bad, and the ugly. There is a lot of good. There is, of course, also some bad and ugly, because remember, this is a new studio. This is a small team. If I'm not mistaken, around like 20, 30 people. So really not that big, but they have really built something incredible. If you don't know the Settlers, if you don't know Pioneers of Pagonia, this is City Builder, at its peak. It has both the military and the economy aspect. And the really cool thing is that the economy is super deep. And since the launch of early access, they've added so many things, in particular also on the military side, which was a bit lacking when it first released in early access, but now there's a lot more. So let's dive right in.
Our world has been ripped apart since the fog arrived. Traversing the seas between the new islands is a perilous endeavor. The fog covers the land and all the dangers lurking there, but as yet, we have no idea of its origins. No one knows if our leaders are still alive, but if anyone can find them, we can. We will track down our lost tribes and face the dangers that lie in wait for us. After all, we're pioneers.
And it is, we are in the game. As I said, we're gonna start a new game of the campaign, Beyond the Fog. This is the campaign that's releasing tomorrow on the 11th of December. We are going to select it. You have 4 difficulty from story mode, which is basically just playing the story. It's very easy. There's beginner, average, and hard. I haven't played the story yet. I played some, of the game, of course, but not the story. I wanted to keep it, fresh. So I'm gonna play in average, but it's great to see that we have hard too, the future. So the adventurer got caught in a bad storm. Thankfully, everyone made it out, apart from one person. The captain, Eric, went overboard. The adventurer itself is in bad shape, the ship, and must be repaired before it can sail again. Find your captain, repair your ship, and get ready for your mission of United Pagonia. Because if you missed it in the short cinematic that was before, right, the goal is to reunite Pagonia. It's now multiple small islands, a bit like in Anno, and we need to reunite them together. So in terms of the campaign, we're gonna move from different islands. We're gonna have to rebuild our city multiple times, and of course, this is also a sort of tutorial in the sense that, at the beginning, the first few missions, you're not gonna have access to everything. You're only gonna have access to a couple of different buildings. You're not gonna have the strong enemies right at your door, right? It's helping you to learn the basics, but then with each mission, we're gonna get more and more difficult, more and more buildings, etc. So let's launch it.
Pagonia. Thanks to the great explorer Mildred, our land once stretched from coast to coast. Our many tribes settled in different regions where they specialized in the local raw materials. But we were still united as one people. On my travels as a trader, I was always welcomed with open arms. We Pagonians value the work we can do with our own hands and the right tools, but our community was always our greatest strength. For generations, we shared our goods as well as our joys and sorrows. No matter where I traveled, I never felt alone in Pagonia. But one day, normal life came to an abrupt end. The catastrophe destroyed our homes and our community. Our land was shattered into many islands, scattered to the winds. Tribes, villages, and families were ripped apart. Our lives descended into chaos and impenetrable fog. And we still don't know who or what is responsible. For generations, we have harnessed the magic of this world. Now it appears to have turned against us. Old threats grow more powerful, new creatures have emerged. In the fog, deviating from the beaten path can cost you your life. Fear and mistrust run rampant. We pioneers have always been the most adventurous Pagonians. Our crew found a way to lift the fog, little by little. Now we must make our way to the Tower of Visions. If the Pagonian Council still exists, it might be able to reunite the tribes. We navigate the fog with the help of our magic compass, but a storm hit our ship, the Ventura, with full force, and the damage was severe. It was a miracle that our navigator managed to steer us safely to shore. Our cargo and our captain both went overboard, and were lost to the waves.
The ancestors, what a storm. We are lucky to have made it ashore. Is everyone alright? Anyone hurt? I would love a skip button for the next time we're playing this campaign, but that's a small quality of life. I believe we have overcome it. Oh no. Just look at the Venture. Any tree truck would fare better on an ocean than our beautiful ship that must have holes everywhere. Has anyone seen our captain? No. Not in the storm. Captain, can you hear us? Damn it, he's not here. One of our dinghies is missing too. Maybe he went overboard and was able to release the boat on the way. So, small boat, right? By the ancestors, not only the captain is missing, but so is the magic compass. I had unclasped it from my belt because I could not read it otherwise during the storm. And Eric's wanted to have a look at it. Oh my god, you are practiced at reading the compass. Our captain is not. It will not help him find his way back to us. We must find him. So this is kind of the introduction to the story, alright? Don't panic, we'll find the captain. For now, we have to stay here for a while. We cannot stay on a wreck ship. We should raise a small settlement just to accommodate us temporarily. So as I said, we're not gonna have access to everything. This is, kind of the tutorial. You can, of course, also change the size of the UI if you think those things right now are too big. You can also hide them, right? You can hear the beautiful music in the background, I hope. This is definitely an interesting theme. It's not the most beautiful graphics, because again, this is a small team, but it will do for city builder. I think this is definitely enough. So it is. My people are coming out. And we have quite a few. I think we have 25 units right now in terms of constructors. They don't really have a job right now. They have nothing to be done. Oh no, they are. They are recruiting any resource they can find on the ground. So here they found, a bit of wood, gathering wood, right? They're going to start working on their own. So we don't control them one by one. I can't move them. It's more like you give them tasks. And with those tasks, they will obviously help you to do what you want, like construct new things, make production, etc. But a really important part of this game, and to some extent all the settlers used to be, is you can see everything that's happening, right? Like if you want to make, let's say, for example, bread, right? We're going to record, to harvest all of the wheat, then we're going to bring the wheat and you're going to see somebody carrying the wheat somewhere. We're going to put it into the windmill, it's going to be transformed there, then somebody's going to carry the flour to the bakery. So you can really see it all. And that helps, of course, to see what problems you may have. We have our missions over here, right? Find the captain, find the magic compass. This is Jadric. Patrick, my foreman. He's one of the advisors. As a foreman, I keep an eye on everything, right? So this is Master Builder, another one of a helper, the Scribe Mira. She's going to help us too, of course. I signed up for the mission. I've kept a log and documented our journey. My dream is to become a scholar. And we have the Explorer, Kieran. As an explorer, I help read the magic compass, chart new islands. So right now you can see that we see at the bottom the island, right? And we have a very small part, right? This is only the part we know. The rest is in the fog. We're gonna need to explore, but it's not just sending, a scout. That's not gonna be enough. Okay, and then last we have Astra, the commander related to military and territory expansion. To establish a small outpost, we need materials. The pioneers can collect the wood on the shore, right? And they can be employed at a resource depot to collect additional wood from the trees. They can also do that from stones on the rock and copper from the mines. We're gonna want to do that, of course. So let's place a resource depot near the wood. Like over here, we have quite a bit of wood, and then in the future, maybe on that side. As I said before, this is a bit of a tutorial, so we're gonna go slow. But if you have any questions, of course, put them in the comments below. You even have pretty cool, right? For a small team like this, you have those pretty, good videos to show you how to do, like to show you AWSD, to move around. You can also rotate, you can zoom in pretty close and see animals, or you can zoom out. So that is great. My resource depot, please. There it is. Resource depot to gather wood, stone, and copper. There is going to be 3 pioneers, and it costs a bit of wood to build it. So let's go. You can see the range, right? We can rotate, and of course we can place it. And this is, as you can see, a bit of a mix between grid and gridless. There isn't sort of grid, but you can go also gridless if you want. So I think we're gonna go over there. That would be, oh no, they tell us to put it here, sorry. As I said, I'm playing, this version 1 campaign at the same time as I'm showing you, obviously a couple of days before this is coming live, but not hiding anything over here. So we have placed the building, right? And we have carriers that are going to transport the materials to start building it. But they need the building to be connected to roads. So this is what we're gonna need to do now, right? We have over here the road, and we're gonna need to start placing, because right now the road ends over here. So we can make, as I said, a straight one. You can go, as I said, the grid is not really a grid. You can do pretty much everything you want. We're gonna do that, and then if we want, we can start expanding, for example, like this, right, all the way there for the future. And done. So our road is gonna be built, and now we have somebody that's coming to start building the resource depot. And the builders are gonna start coming out. Right now they're all in the ship, they don't have any houses. So builders and transporters, right? This one, for example, is starting to take some wood. It's gonna bring it here. We'll require more tools and new construction materials too. So stone and coppers, for example, I see over here more on this side. We should build a few more resource depots so our pioneers can collect all of this. So I'm gonna do that, of course. So we need to place one near rocks and near the copper. So go back over here, right? You can see actually we could potentially get both of them with one, but they do tell you to put it one over here, one over there. And we can rotate, right? Same here, I can decide to rotate, potentially making it like this. And we're gonna expand our road though to go all the way here, there, there. Okay. So, and obviously one here too. Oops, wrong button. And that's done. Our people need a roof over their head. Once we build them huts, they can move from the venture and begin their task. We should begin immediately. So we have the housing, the hut, tier 1. 8 residents, 2 of which can be newborns. This is costing 2 woods instead of 1 before, right? If we have living space available, they will reproduce after eating a comfort meal, and the tavern will be visited if available. So we can decide where to put it. I feel like maybe we're gonna put it over here. We're gonna rotate as always. I'd put it on the other hand, so you can see the entrance, right? I think that's what we're gonna do over here. 1. How many we need to build? 2 huts. So let's place both like this. In the future, maybe we have in the back too, right? Something like this, with the road over here. We'll need food too, of course. Foragers can harvest berries and mushrooms. It will be best if we build a forager's hut. And of course, in the future, we'll have many others, like having actual fields, etc. By the way, you can see more and more of my workers starting to go on those roads. So those roads are gonna be critical. There's gonna be 100 of villagers at some point. So food supply, all right. It is telling us to put it somewhere over here. We don't have that much space because I put a house there. This is done. This is done. It's already connected. And yeah, obviously it's going to depend on which resources you have close by. But in this case, all good. We are going to have, some of these rabbits to eat. We can accelerate the time, of course, up to 5. And you can use your keyboard to do it too. All right. And we see them built slowly but surely. This is a bit more work here, right? We need to prepare the terrain first, make it flat, because there is elevation for sure, right? You can see the mountains. And slowly but surely, when they build, they bring the resources. You can see 50% there. Now we're gonna go to 100%, perfect. And if we slow down a bit, we have, this house. Can't go inside, but it is looking good. And this is next to it. We have a forager's hut that can find, some mushrooms. There's basically mostly mushrooms. I don't see a lot of raspberries. And you can move the point to say, actually, guys, go a bit more on this side rather than focusing here. So you choose where you want. You choose where you want. Here are the workers, they're coming in. We're gonna have 3 in total, perfect. Now they're gonna start to gather. And of course they are highlighted, we can see where they are, right? To really know who's working on what. Similarly over here, right? 3, and we can see where they are again. Okay. Then it is time for we now have a rudimentary settlement. We don't have enough houses for everybody, right? We have 16 people that don't have a house. We need to be careful there. We're gonna need to add more, but it's a start. Because if they have their own houses, if they have bed in the house, if they have food, as I said, they're going to reproduce and have offsprings. Amending the Pagonians. Your smart Pagonians will always automatically look for their next task. As I said, you don't really make them go somewhere, right? They go for the most urgent thing they have to do. So let's build a few more of these. Like I said, we're gonna leave a bit of space for road and put them next to each other. I forgot the tooltip. Wait. Okay. I like to make... oh, too close. Too close. Come on. Ah, it is. Up, up, up. I guess we're gonna go over here. Done. Done, done, done. We should expand our territory in the direction where our foragers can gather more food. That way we'll not run out of meal ingredients. Land does not claim itself, and the borders must be secured too. We need guards to do so. To train them, we need spears. So it's not as easy as it sounds, right? No problem at all. We can have basic weapons in a workshop. Over here, new building, the workshop. It's gonna take stones, wood, copper is basically an ore, like there's gonna be different recipes to make things like spears, stone, picks, hammers, etc. So let's go. We're gonna build that maybe more on this side. And this is a funny border over here. Okay, so with our stone, copper and wood, we can craft tools, right? Afterwards, we can train woodcutters and other craft people as soon as the tools are available. So let's build that first, actually. Right? Let's say, please make it a high priority to go there. As they need to dig a bit, etc. And accelerate time to, yeah, they are. And we can see, right, who's working, who's busy, who's not. We'll go into some of those details in the future. Okay. They're starting to dig. They've brought also some of the resources needed, as you can see, for it to be built. 4 out of 4. We have a bottleneck, not enough carriers. So obviously not so great. But now that we have more houses, hopefully we are going to start getting more carriers. And we're good there. We also have, as we discussed over here, a workshop. Where for now, the only thing we can do is spears. In the future, there will be many others. I don't need to put it a priority right now. You can put a limit. And you can say either we're going to do it on when we need some, or we can say, you know, let's build 10, for example. Right? So that's what we're going to do there. And you can see what it takes to 1 stone, 1 wood. And this is for the guards. So that is, you know, really powerful. Next mission, building 10 huts, because yeah, we've moved our population now. We're at 71 people, thanks to all of those newborns that have been, you know, born. We have, yeah, this is our only mission, so let's accelerate slightly the time. We're starting to make those. You can see I have 4 in range, in stock, now 5. Another one that is being built or hasn't been delivered, basically. So soon we'll get to 10, and then at that point they should stop. That's the point. We can construct the village hall to serve as a training spot. This is where carrier will go to be trained to other tasks. Alright, so let's go, say okay. And we're going to take this one. 8 woods. So good thing is we have 71, so not a problem. And you know, they're gonna use the weapon, so we may want to put it close to the weapon. The problem is we can't because it is obstructed, right? So we're gonna need to put it somewhere else. I guess I don't have a lot of space left. We really do need to expand. Okay, you're gonna be completely on the other side then. You're gonna be completely on the other side. So as we said before, you know, as soon as you build a hut and there's room for a newborn, there's enough wood and food, etc., right? They're going to actually have babies. So you kind of control your growth based on those number of huts. More time will pass until we can find out what the fog harbors. First, we must get the Venturer seaworthy again. After the storm, I also discovered this strange rock on the ship. Or is it hardened resin? Either way, the fog drags back. When we go ashore with it, we must study this closely. Could this help us leave the fog? Let's see. Possibly, but we must be careful. The rock's effect seems to unfold when it's warm, but it could be magical. Magic becomes unstable and dangerous under too much pressure. The rock is large enough to grind some of it to a powder and give it to the guards. They will be careful with it. If they scatter small amount of the powder while placing new border stones, we can test your assumption and ensure that our territory is free of fog. Oh, so this is what they're doing. We're gonna need to place a guard post. What is a guard post? This is how we're going to expand our territory, because as long as those guard posts are supplied with guards and stones, they will be able to expand, you know, those borders over here. These are border stones, and they will also patrol, so they will see if there's any enemies. I also order the guard to keep an eye out an eye out for a captain and a magical compass. So hopefully they will find it. We should build a guard post. So it is. This is like a tower. And they tell us to build it on this side. Okay. So I guess we're going to expand, this border mostly on this side. We need to recruit guards. Okay. The last hut just been built. Perfect. So this is finished. The guards going to take a second to be built. Here it is. They're bringing people, resources, digging up. Really cool that you can really see it all. And again, this is really just the beginning. I have had a closer look at the venture and I think we can repair it. I sketched the plans already. However, we'll need many materials. We need some trunks, some clothes, some rope. Okay. So that's gonna be obviously one of our missions in the future. We should take care of the trunks. We can not only use them to repair, but also construct better buildings. It's like planks. If we build a woodcutting hut near the forest, our woodcutters can fell trees, but they need an axe to do so. So if we go over here, now we have a second thing, we have the axe. We've built 10 of these, so by the way, they stopped, and they're not doing anything. You can see currently nothing to do. On the other hand, they could start making some of the axe now. It's going to cost 2 copper and 1 wood. And again, we can say maybe let's put 10 in storage, right? Guards are pioneers, right? That will be transformed over here too. So let's go. How many guards we need? We need 5. So let's go and say 5. We could say it's a priority if we wanted, etc. But at this point, we don't really need to. And yeah, let's take a second to admire these buildings. It's not, minor lord quality, but it's pretty cool assets. There's a nice kind of vibe to it, if I may say so. Okay. So right now, the only thing we can kind of train or recruit, if you wish, are guards. In the future, there will be many others. So yeah, we need, guards. So they are gonna need, of course, also some spears, and they need people. So that's what's happening over here. You can see they're coming. Great. They're waiting for here. These guys are bringing the spears there. They're a slightly different color, and they're gonna be trained. Here it is. They're being trained. A few new ones are coming, and then they're going directly to the guard post, and they're going to start expanding. Right now I'm telling them to expand around this. In the future you can also guide them, like expand in a certain place, but for now it's fine. They're just gonna do that piece. We also do want some woodcutters, but I don't think I built the woodcutting hut, so that's why it hasn't started. Let's put it over here. There's quite a lot of trees here. In the future, maybe we can have one on this side too. Okay, I'm expanding the territory. Yes, I don't really need to claim a specific place at this point, unless there is a mission. No, I don't think there is a mission of specific place. They do say they want a second guard post. Okay, on that side. That makes sense. So let's put it over here. Let's add road on this side there. Up, up. Good. So that's gonna be the second guard post. The woodcutter is in progress. Venturer, no, we're not really ready for this. So let's accelerate just a bit the time. By the way, the resources are not infinite. As you can see, slowly but surely, there are less of these resources over here. And similarly over there, right? There is others that are stronger though, right? So we'll have to talk about this later. The storm destroyed almost all rocks. If we craft enough rocks, we can replace them. But it will need some flax. So how do we get flax? Well, we can have wild one, or we can actually, farm it. Okay, we're getting, some new rock over here, for example. This is going to be a bigger forest, plus there is also some new resources, so that's great. We still haven't finished this one, and this will require also a couple of guards, right? So I think let's build 5 more. Okay. And in terms of the spears, we're all good. We're making some axe too. Okay. So the wood, oh, wait. They've already started gathering. We have 3 woodcutters over here. Yeah, I just made them right away. They just made them right away. Because we have the axes. What's next? So this is finished, this is finished. The wood is being done right now. And yeah, that's it. That's it. Our guards worked hard on expanding our territory. We can construct more guard posts if we want to go even further, obviously. We found flax. Let's see where it is. Okay, it's pretty far. So we're gonna need to expand, right? So expand our territory. So for example, I could say, please expand all the way there. And now they're gonna, instead of focusing here, they're gonna focus here. Obviously, you need to be careful for, you know, enemies and things like this, but this is mission 1. There's not gonna be a lot of enemies, don't worry. Okay, we can craft cloths and ropes in the weaving shed. Oh, we found the magic compass. If we claim the area around here, one of our carrier can go and get it. We need to expand our territory. Once it's in our territory, we'll be able to take it. Soon we'll once again be able to navigate the seas, with or without the fog. I'm also still researching whether the strange rock can help us. So yeah, this is, you know, the wreckage. So like we did on the other side, if I go to my guard post over here, I can say, please focus on getting us there. Now, the reality is they were already doing that, and this is starting to be pretty far, as you can see, right? So it takes them quite a bit of time to carry the stones all the way there, but they can continue to do it. It's not impossible. And otherwise, you can, of course, add another tower over here if you want to. Okay, so we're expanding. Oh, look at this, the progress we've made over here already. We do need, there is forager hut. So we need a forager hut, and I put it over here. We're gonna need a road to go here. Okay, so that's going to forage all of these flags, and I can also tell them to focus on that, right? I can say, please focus on that. Don't take the mushrooms or the raspberries, really just focus on the flag. This is possible. Everything is possible. The trucks are almost finished, so we're building this one. Then we need a weaving shed. So we have space here. Yeah, we do. So let's put it here, because the resources are gonna come from there. And this is a game where, contrary to Anno 1800, for example, the resources are not global. They're not, going to be teleported from one place to another. They need to walk from one place to another. So you need to be smart with the positioning of all of your buildings if you want to be really efficient. Okay, we are inside. No, this is inside, sorry, our place. So somebody should come and get it when they're not too busy doing other things. Let's accelerate slightly the time. Should see someone come and get it. It is. She's here. She's gonna bring it back. We're expanding to the sea. There's gonna be, of course, fishing huts, harbors, etc. And we continue to expand also on this side. They will never stop unless you tell them to stop. Tell them to stop, then they will stop. Okay, on this side, we haven't finished this one yet, but this is in progress. We have the wood that's, in progress, like on the way. We found the compass. I no longer feel as lost in the fog. That's great. Oh, somebody killed one of those boar because it was attacking us. We are starting to repair also the Venturer. I think, you know, it's the planks we just made. And somebody's probably bringing them back. If I look at the Venturer, yes, it says, you know, we need 50 trunks, we need 20 clothes, and we need 10 ropes. So that's, you know, kind of the mission over here. And they're starting, you can see here, to bring some. Construction site are springing up everywhere. If we want to be faster, we need more help. So we need more pioneers. How do we get more pioneers? This is time for the test. You remember? Okay, so flax, we've already gathered 10. Now we're gonna transform it. Where is my... Oh, here it is. We're gonna transform it into cloth or rope. Actually, they say we need 5 of each. The reality is we need actually, you know, a lot. We need 20 for this one. We need 4 for that one. Right? This is what's over here, and this is this number in red. So what it means is it's going to be, they're going to produce it, you know, until they get to that number right now. We can increase if we want, we can change the priority, we can say, you know, yes or no to those things. A lot of control is possible for sure. Wars in the area are causing quite a bit of trouble. They block the flax field and scare civilians. Sounds like a task for our guards. They can fight the boars. And how will they do that, you ask? By clicking on this button, attack dangerous animals that are in this, you know, range. So it is, we've already killed 2. And they're gonna focus over here, right, obviously. And as close as possible here too, of course. Oh, this one is getting into trouble. There it is. So that is done. The Venturer's repairs are making good progress. These runaways really make me long to be at sea again. So yes, we need a bit more of everything. I do not enjoy my people fall. Guards can lose against boars, hunters can't. Let's build a hunting lodge. So go into the food. Over here we had, you know, the forager's hut. We also have the hunting lodge. So this is what I probably want to put somewhere over here if I can find some space. There's too many trees. There's too many trees, but okay, I think we're gonna put it over here and then tell them to focus maybe more on this side here. Okay. The ship will not swim with a hole. Okay. So once the masts are renewed, the Venturer will look a bit better. Okay, good stuff. So we need to recruit more pioneers, which means we need more houses, because right now we're again into kind of not enough houses for all of my people. So let's go. I'm gonna build 3. Let's go crazy. The hunting bows, no, we need for the hunters. So we can say pause this, pause that. Knife. But where is my hunting bow? Or did I forget? I did this somewhere else? Oh yes, it is somewhere else. In the wood workshop. This is where you do the bows, the fishing rods, torches, shield. I don't have a lot of space, but okay, over here will be fine. Come on. And let's go closer. And rotate. Done. So yes, these are my hunters. You can focus them on different things, but they do need, as we said, some bows. So right now nobody is working there yet. And the boars keep killing my guards and others. That's bad. So let's stop doing that. And let's disable this. So they're gonna stop. I mean, actually, I don't think there is more territory they can expand anyway. But yes, we need to recruit more guards. Do I not have? I mean, let's... Oh yeah, we're missing a couple of guards. So what I'm gonna do is to make them not infinite, but let's increase by 10. Okay. And the pioneers are also over here. Right? So these are brave and versatile workers able to establish a new outpost. They do need stone picks to get there. And I think they said we need to make 5. So let's do that. And that means I do need to accept not the hammer, the stone pick. You can see 5 are needed. It's a really great quality of life, to be honest, that we see what's needed over here. We see what's needed, and right now they're just making what is needed, you know? So that's what should be happening. Okay, so we have 10, no, we don't have 10, we only have 4 here. Okay, so they're working, they're waiting for some stones. Maybe we don't have any stone left, to be honest, because my stone gatherers were over here, yes. So we can, you know, pause these, have nobody walk there anymore, and instead, let's build another one maybe on this side, right? Because clearly there is a lot of... Oh no, this is not stone. Sorry, my bad. There is stone. No, this is not stone either. But there, I remember there was. Yes, there's actually a lot of stone here. So let's rotate it like this. And let's say, please focus only on stone, because that's what we're low on. And I build this. Okay. And we need to connect. Okay. Oh, we did it! The venture is repaired and seaworthy once more. Soon we can continue on our journey. Ladies and gents, I think that was good enough, that was long enough for this first episode. This, as I said, is the campaign. This is not the only thing that this game has to offer, but I felt it was a good place as any to get us started. It should be around 30 hours, so I don't think we're gonna do everything on screen. I may do a couple of things, you know, offline in the next few episodes, but I'll try to show you as much as possible. And also maybe tell me in the comments below if you want me, you know, to really show it all, and then maybe I'll do it. Thank you for watching, smash like button, and I hope to see you next time.